Hello everyone, this will be a long and dry video, I'm sorry, but it had to be made. Occasionally I see a comment, why are you so negative? Well, I'm not negative, you can learn a lot about the state of a game if you test a lot. I'm testing Star Citizen since 2016. I'm not negative, I am realistic. I make my videos because I want Star Citizen to become a fantastic and fun game. Star Citizen is still in alpha, a lot will change and gets added to the game in the many years to come. Sadly, my time machine is in the shop, so I cannot talk about what Star Citizen will look like 10 to 15 years from now. I can only judge Star Citizen in alpha by what I see and can test now in year 12. Star Citizen in year 12 is still a tech demo with little pieces that are glued together with hope. We have a few things that work very well, we have a lot of things, mechanics that need work, and we are still missing basics and basic mechanics. What is positive to say about Star Citizen in alpha in year 12? It looks very beautiful. What else? This is your chance. You can leave a comment and tell us what else is fantastic and positive about Star Citizen in alpha in year 12. And now I will tell you what's not so fantastic. This is a long text, sorry, but it has to be done. Star Citizen in year 12. We are still missing basics, basic mechanics, some very basic physics. No one expects perfect physics, no one expects Kerbal, but what we have in year 12 is just bad. Or look at driving, quote-unquote, physics. CRG throws lowest effort tier 0 first iterations into the game and never works on them, never improves them. For example, refueling, hull munching, cargo handling. Where are the machines and NPCs? Animus missile launcher, trolleys, armor, etc. We are getting one lowest effort rework after the other. See recently Retaliator. Retaliator rework was postponed, and when we finally got it, CRG did the bare minimum. There are empty spaces, many rooms CRG didn't even touch. This rework looks like an intern worked on it for like 2 hours. CRG has a long list of ships that are still in concept and a long list of ships that needs a gold standard, but CRG doesn't even have a gold standard in year 12. Just the list of concept ships is more than 10 years long. And this is what really hurts me. CRG never has a plan, never has a concept, never thinks in advance, never thinks things through. See for example Size 2 shields. Size 2 shields had 4 shield faces, then CRG changed it to a bubble, then changed it to front and rear shield faces, and now Size 2 shields are back to a bubble. What will come next? I don't expect everything to be perfect from the start, I don't expect every first iteration to be perfect, but I expect some thoughts put into game mechanics. Star Citizen had a really bad UI, the inner thought system was clunky and slow, and now in 3.23 we got the Iron Man UI, which is even worse. Yeah, Chris never cares about functionality, Chris never cares about is something user friendly, all Chris cares about is cool, cinematic. We got the arcadey, gamey, no fun master modes in 3.23, something Chris said he would never do. You can read what Chris said in 2014, he made very clear he doesn't want an X-Wing or Wing Commander style flight model. Now we have master modes which is even more arcadey. CRG hasn't even finished the flight model and ship combat in year 12. If CRG right now would go back to John Pritchard's fantastic flight model, then this game would be 100 times more fun. We have lots of lag, low FPS and massive desync issues with just 100 players on a server. Server meshing will fix this. I believe it when I see server meshing working in the game with little lag and desyncs. We have boring and repetitive missions, for example every bunker on every moon or planet looks the same, NPCs are always in the same spots. We have tedious time sinks on top of tedious time sinks. 30 minutes preparation and flying to do a 3-minute mission. Star Citizen is a space game, I'm not supposed to be everywhere in a split second and I don't want to. But this is not a game, this is some kind of bad real life simulation some kind of torture? We are getting more time sinks on 3.24 and much more to come, loading our ships ourselves at outposts using the cringe magical handheld tractor beam. Still, no machines or NPCs helping. Some ships cannot be loaded easily manually, for example Carrack or Caterpillar. More than 7 years ago, Tony Suvorek said, "We have a pretty comprehensive design right now regarding loading of cargo."
We've actually got a pretty comprehensive design right now.
No, Tony, you didn't. You didn't have anything 7 years ago. You still don't have anything except the magical handheld tractor beam. We are responsible for our ships and cargo, but we cannot even lock our ships in year 12. No keys, no biometric locks. We cannot draw a weapon in Armistice Zone to protect our cargo, and we don't have police or security forces in year 12.
I think the bigger question is, how are you going to protect your ship and your cargo that's being loaded and unloaded on your ship?
CRG is using an old and obsolete engine with massive LED and culling issues, and no, calling it Star Engine doesn't change the fundamentals of CryEngine. CryEngine would have been alright for the initial November 2014 release, but now in 2024 it is not up for the task anymore. CRG cannot change to a modern engine. This would easily add 3 to 4 extra years. We have survival mechanics in a space game that are way overdone, like dying of thirst in 3 hours, dying of hunger in 5 hours. We cannot even eat or drink with a helmet on, something NASA figured out 60 years ago. We will get personal hygiene, toilet gameplay and permadeath. We have 1 out of 100 star systems in year 12. We might get Pyro this year, but I wouldn't count on it. We have lots of overpromising, for example Chris, CitizenCon Talk 2016. 4.0 comes right after 3.3 at the beginning of 2018 with multiple new star systems. I'm not saying how many yet. Tony Suvorek 2017, we got a pretty comprehensive design right now regarding loading of ships. Sean Tracy, February 2020, Theaters of War in the hands of the backers first half 2020. We are very much on track for this, we are not behind at all, etc, etc, etc. Star Citizen is not a scam. I don't blame coders, QA people, artists or devs. These are management problems of the top level. Star Citizen is poorly managed. At CitizenCon 2023, Chris said, "We hit an inflection point. We moved a lot of devs from Squadron 42 to the PU. So far, we see nothing of it." I could go on, but I think this is enough. Again, this is your big chance. You can leave a comment and tell us what's positive about Star Citizen in year 12, except that it looks beautiful. I hope you found this interesting and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
No.
Hi, I'm Mark Hamill, though starring in Wing Commander. I'm also featured on Mask of the Phantom.
Wow.
Now this can be yours for
Oh,
Troublemaker.
yeah.
Look at that, look at that top.
Look at that. That's real plastic, too. That is. See, what you do is you open it.
Towards Billy Butler.
You open it, and then you smell the plastic. Oh, that was a good week. Very good week.
Hey, have you got those plastic champagne glasses we asked for?
Oh, dear me.
There you go, Tom.
That's very kind of you. You didn't have to do that. This would be just fine. The way I drink.
Oh, Cliff.
Hey, don't start with me, Bernard. Thank you. That's very nice. Man, if you people weren't in costume.
Chris isn't.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Camural_SC.